Hey, fam. Listen, y'all see me? I am here on a Tuesday night. I told you guys Tuesday nights at 9. I am really going to try all of my best to be on with you. We didn't do the whole countdown thing today because it's been a day. It's been a very busy day, very productive day. So I kind of want to just get right to the point, kind of get to the nitty gritty of why we're here. If we have not already met, my name is Keandra Ward. I am the founder of the KWI Collective. We're a marketing, public relations, and media firm based right here out of Tampa, Florida. By trade, I am a publicist and a marketer, and of course, a child of God and a mother, and all the other things, a caregiver, and all the things, all the things. And so I said that I was going to begin to come on Tuesday nights at 9 to do keynotes. And these keynotes will be no longer than 15 to 20 minutes. That's my goal. Unless we go over, you got questions or we're talking or anything like that, we'll keep it going until you guys are done. And we'll talk all things marketing, public relations, media, and business on these calls on Tuesday nights. Today, our topic is going to be paid versus earned media. A lot of people don't understand the difference, or they shy away from one versus the other when they are pitching or looking for visibility efforts. So we're definitely going to kind of go over there. Hey, Wendy, we're definitely going to kind of go over that to just, I want to throw away the myths and the ideas around paid versus earned, what's better, what's not, all those things. Okay. So let me just give you guys an idea or some little history about myself in this field. So I actually had a friend who owned a PR firm, and she got to a space in her career where she got married and they were ready to really start a family. They already had 2 kids, and now they have 3 more. So it's 5 of them. So they knew they wanted to grow a healthy size family. And she also knew that there was no way that she could actively run the firm at the level that it was and grow her family and do those things. So she wanted to sell her firm. So she had to not, she had to retire. Actually, she did retire some of her staff. And she had contacted me because at that time I was a full-time business coach, and she wanted me to help her with her transition and exit plan. Well, as we were talking, I also knew that when she cut her staff, her clients hadn't already been cut as well. So what I asked her, I said, listen, in addition to let's there's a payment for consulting, but let's look at that and come up with a fee so that I can help you in the PR side. So you teach me what you know about PR, because I want to do some things for myself and my business. I had no I had no drive or want to do it for anybody else. I was just, to be honest, trying to figure out how I can get myself on TV, because listen, I am good on TV. If you have not seen any of my features, I'm gonna make sure I post them. So I was like, that's what I want to do. So she was like, great. So she taught me the ropes. I helped her close out her clients. I helped her sell her company, and the rest is history. Her and her family are doing amazing, and I'm here. So about 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, I had a couple of entrepreneurs that one I knew very well, another one that we knew of each other in passing, but we were very aware of each other, who said, hey, I want you to do marketing and PR for our firm, for our companies. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't do that for other people. They were adamant. One even said, this is what God said, and you're the person. You're the person to do it. So, I said, okay, sometimes you need that shift. And at that time, I was actually shifting from coaching full time, and even in group, I didn't really want to do that aspect of work anymore. But I wanted to get into marketing full time as have a consultant agency. And then with the PR, we just began to add it because people were requesting it. So long story short, we have actually been physically working for a year and a half, 2 years with clients. And we have now over 32, 33, 34, about 36, 37 features at our clients. They are earned features that we got for our clients in this short period of time. And I'm just really excited about where we are and what we're doing and how and the growth. So I wanted to begin to help people understand, one, what PR really is and the value of it, and just the process, and have just a better understanding of what that is, the feeling, the process, because most people are like, um, it's not always quick for everybody. It's not always quick for every brand. And so sometimes you do have to make an investment, but you will see the results, right? So today let's get to the topic at hand. We're going to talk about paid versus earned media. If you are here in the comments, whether you are watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay, or you're live, let me know, have you had any media features, whether it's in a newspaper, magazine, on TV, a well-known podcast, anything like that? Kind of share that with me, yes or no. Hey, you don't have to say which one or outlet, and if you want to, that's perfectly fine. But I just kind of want to know who we're talking to and who we're working with. And I know that a lot of people have to get used to me coming on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. So go ahead and start marking your calendars, and get those kids in the bed, eat your dinner. You can even get prepped and in the bed, and it's not Zoom. You don't have to turn your cameras on or anything. It's me and you just coming on and talking for about 20 minutes, 30 at the max. But then again, like I said, if you guys have questions and we go over, we just go over. All right. So we're going to talk about paid versus earned media. Now, first, we just need to kind of know the definitions and the difference. Okay. Paid media is simply that it is media exposure that you have physically purchased from a media outlet. It could be advertisement, sponsored content. And what I mean by sponsored content, that's, if you're watching like a news segment and it says this segment is sponsored by, they paid for it. Okay. They may have an interview, and then at the bottom of the interview, it'll say this segment is sponsored by, and it's usually the name of the company that's doing the interview. That's because they paid for that spot to be interviewed. Social media ads is paid media. Anything that you have to physically take your card out or submit an invoice for to get the visibility is paid media. Now, earned media is media exposure that is gained organically through PR efforts, through pitching, word of mouth. There's news outlets that are looking for certain people. They know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and you're now on TV. Social media shares can be earned media. They may share it. A big outlet may share it. Press coverage, press releases. These can be earned media. This is them actually looking at your brand, either being pitched or exposed to your brand in some way, shape, or form, and being interested in featuring you on their outlet. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Most people look at it at paid media. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I was in this chat and people were talking, and they weren't publicists. It was just regular people. And they were talking about, paid media doesn't look good for a brand, To me, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on several things. It's the outlet, the type of feature, the benefits, and what the ROI is, and what your plan is for each feature. It's important to have that. So some of the benefits of paid media is you kind of have more control. You can control the messaging, the timing, the placement, all of that. In earned media, you cannot control that. The journalist controls that, right? So it's very predictable. You can measure it. You've paid for a slot at this time to come on at this time, and you can measure the results a little bit better. There's always also a way to measure for earned media as well. But with paid media, usually the outlets will have some type of measurement platform for you as well. You can target better demographically when you're doing paid media. You can also have different audience that you're targeting specifically with that paid media. And and you can implement a little bit faster because you're paying for it, so they're going to play it. Even radio segments, if you have a radio commercial, that's paid media, right? So you are able to implement it faster and see the results faster because you've paid for that time. It's coming up. People are going to be on there. That it's going to post, show, or share because you paid for it, right? So then you have earned media, and earned media is credibility. People look at earned media as something that shows your credibility because they came to you. They think it's, some people say it's more trustworthy because you're getting that third party validation. You're getting that validation from someone else other than you. Because, of course, if you paid for it and the paid feature is on there, then it shows that you pay for it to be on there. There are some paid features, to be honest, that it doesn't show sponsored by, but because of the outlet, it's a national news show, it's a national podcast. You pay for it to get the exposure. People won't know you pay for it. So, I mean, that's why I say, it kind of depends on the outlet and the way it's positioned. If paid is effective, can be effective for you or not, or better for you or not. I know that with certain things, there are some certain outlets that for my clients, I just will not pay for because I know that we can probably get it the earned route through our PR strategies. Of course, earned media is more cost effective. There's no direct cost for that exposure. They're exposing you to their audience because they like your topic. They're interested in what you have to say or what you do. You are now proving that you show some value. The earned media typically generates higher engagement, and the longevity. It can have a little longer lasting impact than paid media for some outlets, and that depends. And that's why we have to do some research and we have to really figure out. There's a lot of back end things as publicists and our staff that we do that people don't see. Most people are like, I just want to be on the news. I just want to be in a magazine. I just want to be here. But there's so much legwork that goes on if you want it earned. Now, if you want to pay for it, baby, we can call them and get you on there. Now, do it in and out. But if you really want it earned, there's a lot of legwork that goes into that. And people don't usually understand that value or value that work that we have to do. Okay. Now, again, there's still challenges with earned media. The challenge with earned media is you have less control. So let's talk about that. I don't know if she was paid or earned in it, and probably it was earned. I think she was on the what is it? The Breakfast Club, and her name is Tyla, I think. And he was asking her certain questions that she had on her do not ask list. So she's looking back at her publicist saying that she's not going to answer these questions. So it messed up the flow. And so she didn't have control of the interview, right? So as with earned media, the journalists do have control. Now you can say, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk about that, but that doesn't mean they're not going to ask you. And so you have to be ready for that. It can be a little bit unpredictable when you're doing earned media. I've had instances where a potential client came to me. They got a news feature and they were really excited about the news feature, and they did the news feature. But when it aired, the journalist twisted the story. Told that story all the way up because they had a different viewpoint. And so they got in it, and they didn't let them know that they would be twisting it up. So then we had to come in and do some damage control. They had to pay us to do some damage control for that. It can be time consuming. It requires time to build those relationships for us, for ongoing, doing ongoing PR efforts, to build the relationships with the journalists, to really showcase who you are, what you do, why you do it, and then let them know that they want to feature you. Make sure that they love you just as much as we do. I don't work with companies that I don't love. Like if I'm not going to enjoy pitching you, I probably won't do it. Scalability, it's kind of harder to scale compared to paid media because you do have to you can't really ensure the demographic all the way. You kind of have a broad view of their demo, but it's how you position yourself and what you do. And that's the things that we teach our clients, our students, I do have a school, but not that's not what we're talking about. Our clients on how to leverage those opportunities. Okay. So a lot of what we do is earned media here at our firm, but we are beginning to integrate paid media opportunities if we feel that it's beneficial for our client. And it's a work in progress. It's something that we are just looking at, testing out, and just kind of seeing how we want to work in that, because I want to make sure that their brands are amplified and they're earning, the media that they deserve, and that their voice is being heard. I want them to be visible. I want them to have some great content around those features to really be able to utilize that. And I want to be able to measure the results. So getting into analytics and being able to really begin to measure the results. That's some of the things that my team and I will be researching, is really determining which platforms we really want to use for analytics and research for our clients, simply because it's important. And now I do have my degree in digital marketing, so I know how to analyze. I also have a bachelor's in industrial organizational psychology, which is the psychology of business. So analyzing, creating questionnaires, creating surveys, all those things are things that I am versed in and I'm educated in. So having analytics, I think it's important to really understand what you're going to do with the feature. Like, what are you going to do with that data? Once you have it, what do you do with it? And then it also helps you to kind of track where people are coming from. Again, visibility is always going to be important, but it's the right visibility. You want the right visibility at the right time for your brand. Now, I tell people all the time, there are people that have come to us and wanted us to do PR, and their brand just was not ready for the visibility. And so I had to ask them, is your brand ready for the media? It's not, and I'm going to tell them why. And normally it's because their brand just isn't structured properly. And so I will send them to somebody who can help them with that part. Although I know how to do it, I'm going to stay in the lane that I have chosen to focus on and become an expert in. And that's marketing, public relations, and the media aspect of visibility. So guys, that's what I got for you today, is paid versus earned media. I hope that this has helped you. I want you to really begin to think about the type of media that you would like to drive for your business. And I want you to get creative with what you want to share, what makes you stand out for real, outside of everybody else in your field. I want you to really understand that there's value and purpose in what you do. I also want you to understand that people want to hear it and want to see it, but they will not hear it or see it if you don't take the leap and have that confidence to continuously show up, not only for your brand, but for yourself, your family, and your future, guys. So always remember that you set the tone for your day, year, and life. And I want you to make it a great one. And y'all, it's time to get visible. I'll talk to you guys soon.